if somebody only wants you because of your looks, like, ask yourself, do you really want that? Do you really only want an audience or to be around somebody because they find you attractive? I want somebody to be around me for what's inside. No matter how corny that sounds, hey, be around me because, because of my personality, I'm funny or whatever, because looks fade at the end of the day.
What go down with the Major fam today is Major, and today's topic is how being ugly can destroy your career. Hey, unfortunately, that is very true. Your looks do determine not only your career, but your life, unfortunately. I'm pretty sure y'all seen them posts where it be a female inmate and she's locked up and they say she's locked up for, yada, yada, yada. They state her charges and everything. And then people be like, what? She did that? She's too pretty or too cute to have done that. That just shows, like people think good looking people can do no bad. And I'm pretty sure this video is gonna get into that. So with that being said and done, man, y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all let me know some of y'all experiences. I definitely know I got some experiences, with just going through life and how everything is so looks based and all of that. But we're gonna get more into that in the video. So with that being said and done, let's get into the video.
YouTubers' looks can either make or break their career. From Amaranth earning millions to Corpse husband being bullied off the internet because of his looks.
Honestly, man, it's still baffling how the internet really will make or break your career depending on how you look. And honestly, it's still really sad how in this day and age, nobody really cares about the content anymore. In this day and age, how you physically look can be way more important than the actual content you're uploading to your channel. Like, Mup just really bullied this man off the internet because he didn't live up to the parasocial idolized version of the demigod they had in their head. They all expected some Calvin Klein supermodel, and it turns out he was just a regular guy. I mean, good God, look what they even did to Dream, bro.
That's crazy. Like, bullying me offline because of my looks. Like, well, I'd be damned if I was a faceless content creator and then I came up on here, I did a face reveal, like, hey guys, this is what I look like. And then people like, ooh wee, boy, you need to go back faceless. Boy, I'd be damned, boy. I'd be like SpongeBob, I'm ugly and I'm proud. Man, what? Man, people be too comfortable online talking about people's looks, man. And that's one of the biggest problems in society today. That's why we got all this looks max and stuff and all of that. Like, how can I look better and things like that. And it's low-key kind of sad, man. Like, everybody should be able to feel comfortable in their own shoes and things like that, and their own skin and all of that. But shoot, they can't even do that because everybody's so judgmental nowadays. They, as soon as you got one odd feature on your face or something like that, oh yeah, they're this, they're that. Man, people can't even live comfortably no more, man. And that's sad.
Nearly lost it all because the fangirls were in complete shock and disbelief.
His content often features him going out in public and girls.
Hey, see, I forgot about Duke. Duke be going crazy with the woman, like no glaze. Not even trying to sound like I'm riding or anything, but he be going crazy with the woman, and that's obvious to tell if you go through his comments and things like that. And the woman think he's a handsome man. And it elevated his career by being a handsome man. Can you be mad at that? Nah, you can't be mad at that. But it just is what it is. His career was definitely elevated a little bit more because women think he's a handsome man. So yeah, I definitely forgot about Duke.
Flocking to him.
Thank you so much. Where are you going?
Why you so cheesy? Why you smiling so hard?
You're so hot, right? You are. She's so...
Nah, that's crazy, man. Now, I'm not entirely sure if it's because of the chains, the ice in his mouth, the camera pointed at him everywhere he goes. Like, guys gotta understand, perception is key. Would this girl be saying the same thing if he was just dressed like a regular dude walking through the mall? If Duke didn't have all the glitz and glamour and the money, would he still be getting this type of attention? That's up for all of you to decide.
Everyone wants to...
I ain't gonna lie, me personally, I do think, like, if women find you handsome enough, or, good looking enough, they'll definitely come up to you and talk to you. You'd be surprised. I had that happen to myself a few times, not to even ride my own, not to be up on a high horse or anything like that. But, it definitely does happen. I don't think it's just it's more so of like a money thing. It's just more so of a looks thing, really. But you know, the money does elevate it though. Money definitely does elevate it though. But you know, just your looks alone, kind of puts you in a place. Kind of puts you in a place above other people if you know a woman finds you attractive enough. So there's that.
Take photos with him, and to make things a bit challenging, he tried picking up girls with a flip phone, which proved to be no problem at all.
Now he needs to try and pick up girls without all them big ass chains and those shiny ass VVS diamonds glimmering in the lights. Cause not gonna lie, shit might just be hypnotizing these girls.
Girls even ditched their own boyfriends to spend time with dudes.
I mean, look at her. She's even pointing at the chains, bro. Do you see her face? She looks in complete shock at what she's seeing around this man's neck. I mean, guys, as we all should know by now, women like jewels, bro. They like diamonds. They like shiny shit. I mean, she damn near looks like she's about to cry.
I think y'all boyfriend just walked left y'all.
Yeah, they did. Well, they're good. They're good. No, we don't care about them. We'll find our way back to them. They're good.
Yeah, cold world, man. Given I have experience with this, it is a real thing, man. Will literally leave their boyfriends if she believes you were him. And I'm not co-signing the behavior. I'm just saying this is reality. This is the real world, and this is why people have trust issues, man.
Belle Delphine's career also skyrocketed due to her appearance, but unlike Aloisi, people were heavily simping for her. She became known for her provocative cosplays, featuring her dressed up like a young and innocent girl, and her e-girl look, along with anime-like facial expressions.
Honestly, I gotta give it up to Belle Delphine, man. She blew up in the ooh-woo anime meme era where dudes were obsessed with cutesy little anime girls.
Yeah, freaked out, boy. Them boys was freaked out. They was like, "Oh wait, I gotta see that," and you know, in a freaked out type of way. And hey, she profited off it. Can't be mad at her neither. You know, can you be mad at somebody profiting off of their looks? Nah, I don't think you could be mad at that. You know, but it does show you that this society, this world is definitely looks based. You know, it's based off of how you looked, and you know, your career can either come to an end because of your looks, or it can be elevated because of your looks. And you know, these examples are showing what's possible based off of your looks. You know, unfortunately.
And skirts and neon bright hair with the ooh-woo cross-eyed facial expression with their tongue sticking out. Like, I personally never understood it. I was never really into that stuff. I always found it cringe, even to this day. But clearly that strat, that meta back then, made a lot of these girls like Belle Delphine and others incredibly rich.
She became known for her provocative cosplays, featuring her dressed up like a young and innocent girl, and her e-girl look, along with anime-like facial expressions, which got half the internet simping after her, something she took advantage of by selling her infamous gamer girl bathwater.
Yes, the Belle Delphine.
See, and it's people, I guarantee you, it's people that bought that bathwater. Come on, man. Bro. To all my fellas out there, cause you know, I'll usually see men that usually do stuff and all of that. We gotta remember, you know, a woman at the end of the day, you know, women be farting, they sit on the toilet, and you know, they do a lot of the same stuff that we do. You know, you gotta take that woman off of the pedestal in your head. Like, stop putting that woman on such a pedestal in your head. Like, oh my gosh, she's so perfect. Like, you gotta remember, man, she fart at the end of the day. You know, she be on that toilet going crazy. You know, like, just put these things in your head to take that woman off the pedestal. Because, bro, buying bath water, come on, man, that gotta be the lowest of the lowest. That is disgusting. That's disgusting. All your dead skin cells in that water and things like that, and somebody bought it. And it probably wasn't even her actual bath water. Crazy, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. That's kind of a smart move of her. But that's crazy that somebody bought it.
Bathwater era. Oh my god, I can't believe that this was actually a thing and dudes actually bought this woman's bathwater, bro. It was after that era, during that era, that I fully gave up on humanity. That I said, wow, these motherfuckers really can't be saved. Because if you're to the point to where you're buying another human being's bathwater, then there's no way I or anybody else can save you. You were pretty much cooked.
But despite already being so successful, her fans wanted even more from her, and she decided to tease them by making a P-Hub account in June 2019, resulting in her being the most searched celebrity in 2019 on that platform, and even winning the top celebrity award at P-Hub Awards. Soon after that, she announced her OF through a very inappropriate music video, which paid off big time, and she became a huge success on OF.
We're all like the main people on OnlyFans are roughly earning the same, I think, from what I know, and At the moment, it's like $1 million a month.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you heard that or not, or couldn't understand her because of her accent, but she just said $1 million per month, bro. She was making off of OF back then, dog. Like, let that sink in. $1 million per month she was making off of OF, not including all the brand deals she was probably getting on.
Bro, I think the bigger problem is like who are the people, you know, who's the people out there that's buying the OF things and, you know, things like that. Who's out there buying that? We got to watch out for them, but we can't even watch out for them because we don't know who's out there buying it. Because everybody, if you ask them like, hey, you know, like, have you ever got and subscribed to an OF or yada, 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 and things like that, they're going to be like, no, I don't do that. I don't do that. You know, they're going to turn into the most holiest person if you ask them questions like that. So you wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even know who's subscribing to these creators and things like that. Hey, man. Could be your homie.
The side Instagram, YouTube revenue, all the other forms of payments she was probably getting from different websites like Patreon, Instagram monetization, TikTok. Good God, where did I go wrong?
Leading her to do hardcore prawn on the 12th of January 2021, where she was seen dressed up as a schoolgirl, tied up, and forced to have relations with her kidnapper.
What did I tell you guys? The slippery slope is yet again undefeated.
But despite her best efforts, her popularity has faded away. But during her time under the spotlight, she had a net worth of over $10 million, showing how her looks helped launch her career as a marketing genius. Say what you want about Belle, but she goddamn knows how to make business. Imagine getting rich off of internet fame and then getting your privacy back because people aren't interested in prying into your life anymore. Belle is winning, honestly.
Fucking goals. You know, she's incredibly rich. She'll never have to work a day in her life again. But although her digital footprint is pretty much in the shitter right now, it's beyond saving. I mean, good God. In 50 years' time, her videos will still be circulating around the internet. I'm pretty sure she has enough money to do what she truly wants to do in life. She's whatever the hell she's into. She's pretty much good.
On January 26, 2018, an anonymous guy posted his first YouTube video titled Being Ugly, My Experience, where he vents his feelings about being considered unattractive by everyone in his life.
Long story short, because I already know the story. I know what happened to this guy.
Yeah.
Eventually, he found a beautiful wife and had a kid with her. Currently, I am on his channel. Here you can see our photos of him and his wife. You know, a lot of people thought it was impossible. And when he actually got a girlfriend and then married her, you know, you can imagine the comment section. A lot of the incels or...
Bro, the fact that a lot of people thought it was impossible, bro, shows you that, like, man, bro, this is what we be thinking about people, man. I feel like it's somebody out there for everybody, man. You know, even though he thought he was ugly himself, bro, it's somebody out there that, you know, that finds you attractive. Is it gonna be it may be a little bit harder to find them, you know, because it's not, you know, you're not society standards and things like that, or, you know, wherever you're at, you're not those people's standards. So, you know, it may be a little bit harder to find these people because, you know, you got to move around and things like that. Or maybe you have to have more of a personality and you got to get out there more. You got to be real. You got to be real funny just to even get in the door and actually meet a woman, or, you know, if you are a woman, to meet a man that actually likes you for your looks and you know, beyond your looks. But yeah, man, I feel like it's somebody out there for all of y'all, man.
People who thought he was too ugly to get a girlfriend, you know, they were enraged. They were mad. You know, they thought, what the fuck? So I can no longer blame my looks on my lack of getting vagina. And honestly, you know, everything worked out for him. Not saying that without his platform, things would have went like this. Obviously, his platform and the video he made gaining millions of views certainly helped him out a lot because his girlfriend apparently found him through this video.
However, one comment in particular stood out from the rest, with a random girl named Juliana saying, I actually think you're kind of cute, to be honest. I mean it. She then reached out to him through Discord and soon got into a long-distance relationship before she flew out to meet him in person, and later got married to him and even had a baby together. His channel, called Never Give Up, now has over 400,000 subscribers, and his story has...
Facts. Never give up, man. Because you see, he found the love of his life. Seemed like life going well for them. Hey, from the outside looking in, seemed like life going well for them, man. He got a baby and everything. He got married to the love of his life. Hey, it's people out there that don't care about looks, or, you know, that's gonna find you attractive regardless of what you look like. Never give up, like the channel say, man. I'm trying to tell y'all got it, man. Like, you know, to all of y'all out there who feel like y'all ugly or, you know, whatever, bro. Stop feeling like that, bro. It's somebody for you. Trust me. Trust me, because I used to feel like that too, bro. I used to be like, dang, bro, like I'm cooked. I'm cooked. I'm not getting nobody. Shoot. I got my somebody, you feel me? Hey, bro, don't give up.
turned him into a social media hero and an inspiration for everyone, with it all starting because of his video talking about being ugly.
You know, the messed up thing about this story is the fact that apparently during this woman's pregnancy, his wife, they went into some type of like baby clinic, you know, to get everything checked up, you know, x-rays and whatnot. And when he was in there with his wife, basically the staff, to sum it all up, didn't think that that was his girlfriend or his wife. They thought there was something wrong and that she was under duress. You know, what is this guy looking like this with this woman, this young pregnant woman? Is she under duress? Is she a hostage of his? And ultimately they ended up pulling this man's wife into some type of private room and started asking her questions about her safety. Are you all right? Who is that man? Yada yada yada. She had to explain that that's her husband and everything. And bro, it only highlights the fact that, damn, just like how there's pretty privilege in the world, there truly is ugly unfairness. People will genuinely treat you drastically different, all based off of your physical appearance. You could be the best guy, sweetest person in the world, but hey, if people consider you ugly or unattractive without even getting to know you, you probably won't even get the chance to be known in the first place. Truly is sad. And
nah, that's definitely true, man. It's pretty privileged, and then you got ugly consequences. Like, damn, like, bro, it's no in between, bro. It's no in between. Like, people treat you based off of how you look. It's crazy, and it happens all the time. It happens all the time. We see little kids being like, ew, ew, at certain people who look a little different. You know, little kids, they can't keep their mouth shut for nothing. You know, they gonna speak how they feel. So, you know, it just shows that the world is based off of looks, man, unfortunately.
this is where we get into Corp's husband's situation.
The exact opposite happened to YouTuber Corp's husband, who went viral overnight after he started playing Among Us with other popular streamers.
Oh, Corpse, what's going on?
Hello, friend.
Wow.
What?
Where his unnaturally deep voice made him stand out.
I feel like your voice is touching me.
Now that statement was wild as hell from Pokimane.
I feel like your voice is touching me.
She said, I feel like your
That's
voice is
crazy.
touching what? Ma'am?
Like your voice is hitting a part of my ear that's never been hit before.
Listen, guys, I just gotta say, obviously a nice voice attracts a lot of people and comes with a lot of preconceived notions of which a lot of people can't live up to. You know, people automatically assume that if you have a nice voice, that you're also gonna be attractive. You know, you're gonna look like something to match the voice, which is rarely the case. You know, some people are really attractive, and as soon as they open up their mouth, the entire mystique, the aura just fizzles away. And on the flip side, some people have really nice voices, and then when you actually see them on camera or in real life, they just don't match that presence of which you heard through a screen or a phone that allowed you to fantasize or imagine.
Dang, yep, and that's what happened in his situation. Like, he didn't match what they was thinking with his voice. So, you know, to the woman, you know, as you heard, the woman thought his voice was attractive, but they didn't think he was as attractive as his voice, unfortunately. And then that's another thing to go back to. You know, I be hearing women say that they like Duke's voice and they like how Duke looks. So, you know, that's a win-win. That's 2 wins right there. You know, hey, man, you know, unfortunately, you got to have both of them things. You can't have a deep voice and be unattractive, or, yeah. You got to have both. You literally got to have both, because if you're attractive, I heard plenty of women out there that say, you know, like, they don't want a man with a high voice. Like, it kind of turn off. Hey, that's just what I heard, but, you know, I could be wrong. I seen plenty of women, you know, pass up on a man because he got a high voice and everything like that. You know, he be attractive and he starts speaking and he got a high voice. Like, I seen it in what's that movie? Grown Ups. Grown Ups, the dude went to the pool and he was walking up. They were like, ooh, and he walked up, he started speaking to him, the lifeguard, and he had a high voice. They all started laughing at him. Hey, man, it is what it is. That's probably real.
In your head what they could possibly look like in real life. It's very rare for someone to have an attractive voice and actually be physically attractive in real life. That's statistically uncommon. And unfortunately for Corpse, I suppose he just didn't live up to the hype.
As Corpse's fame skyrocketed, so did his fans' obsession with seeing his face. But the deep, mysterious voice and dark, masculine persona he'd crafted came with a big price. It had built unrealistically high expectations for what he actually looked like. The pressure became overwhelming, pushing Corpse to go to extreme lengths to protect his identity, turning his rising fame into a source of constant stress.
Are you ever going to do a face reveal?
I don't think I'm gonna face reveal on purpose anytime soon. It's just way too much now. I feel like everyone's staring at me every time I leave my house, so it's gotten scarier.
Do you have to like change your voice when you're out in public?
I avoid talking at all costs anywhere in public.
Yo, that's sad, man. Buddy has to avoid talking because of his medical condition, which I hear influences his voice to be that way. Coincidentally, people like deeper voices, which allowed him to blow up back in the era of Among Us. And then people started having all these speculative ideas of what he would look like based off of that medical condition. I mean, good God, if that isn't a whole Black Mirror episode in and of itself, then I don't know what is. That is like incredibly dystopian public figure blowing up, because he was originally, and shout out to my guy Southern Cannibal for telling me this, he told me some stuff in the DMs. He was originally from the horror story reading community, was then invited by some other creators, Twitch streamers, YouTubers to collaborate during the Among Us era. Everybody heard his voice, he blew up, started getting a whole bunch of emo goth edgy fangirls subbing to his channel, you know, not because of his content per se, but because of the voice. Although he already had like a massive pre-existing fan base already prior to that, after the exposure, it just took him to a whole other level. And then allegedly, because I'm always hearing conflicting stories, some weirdo who had it out for Corpse decided to leak and dox him, revealing what he actually looks like in real life. Keep in mind, the photos of which I believe were doxed or leaked were likely from his childhood. So there's that. People can change over time. Their looks drastically can change over time.
However, Corpse's fans were so obsessed with him that they ignored his wishes to remain anonymous and tried to dox him on March 27, 2021, revealing his real name, face, and full address for everyone on the internet to see. Despite it being unclear whether the information and pictures were actually of Corpse, the internet was already going crazy. Pictures of a guy who's allegedly him started circulating all over the internet, and his hardcore fans, who had built up unrealistically high expectations of his appearance, were absolutely triggered when their fantasy didn't match reality. He looks like a effing dork. Very ugly, hideous. He's ugly like everyone expected, lol, and others called him some ugly creep.
Honestly, poor guy. Through the attraction of his voice, that superficial, shallow reason for all those people subbing to his channel, it's kind of the same exact way that he lost all those subs as well. If people sub to your voice for a specific reason, they think you're hot or attractive without ever really seeing you, of course they're gonna stop supporting you or unsub, stop watching your content if the photos of which were leaked don't match up to the idealized, fantastical image they had of you in their head. It's unfortunate that it works like that, but it's a very simple equation. However, do let me know your thoughts and opinions down below, ladies.
Yeah, that is crazy, man. But, you know, that's the end of the video, man. And shoot, I just want to say, you know, to anybody who went through, you know, like a little ugly phase, you know, like people like to call it. I don't like to call it ugly phase. I just think it's just, you know, you growing up, you know, you people still trying to figure out their way of life and everything when they going through these phases and things like that, right? You know, don't feel like you ugly or whatever it is, man. And to anybody who's judging you, man, if they judging you based off of your looks, hey, they not a, you know, they were never meant to be around you anyway. You know, they were never meant to be your friend, or if you were pursuing them romantically, you know, you found out that, you know, you could see that, you know, they're not worth it. Because if somebody only wants you because of your looks, like, you know, ask yourself, do you really want that? Do you really only want an audience or to be around somebody because they find you attractive? I want somebody to be around me for what's inside. No matter how corny that sounds, hey, be around me because, you know, because of my personality, I'm funny or whatever, you know, because looks fade at the end of the day. But with that being said, man, y'all go ahead and let me know what y'all think down below in the comments. You know, binge the rest of the videos on the channel. That being said and done, it's Major, and I'm gone.